Hello everyone, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to a new World of Tanks video, and today I want to show you probably the best bush on Lakeville. And it's not really for a scout, it is for heavy tanks and assault TTs. You probably already know it, but today I want to go in depth why exactly this bush is very strong, maybe even borderline overpowered, and how you can obviously utilize it. In this video you will obviously see some enemies which were a little bit clueless what is going on, but I can talk from personal experience, especially during my free marking of the Super Conqueror, that this bush or these bushes is very annoying and absolutely frustrating to fight against. Now let's jump right in. So, as obviously mentioned, as you could see in the previous in-game shot, well, we are on the map. Well, Lakeville, we are in a +/-1 matchmaking, which is in my opinion the best matchmaking ever. However, there are 3 artillery pieces around, and I'm in the platoon with Hersch from Fame, which is also a Swiss person and is a very decent, it's a pretty good friend of mine. Fun story, I actually even met him like this week, which was super fun, and yeah. Anyway, now this game you could already see I made a little mistake in the beginning. When you are playing a tank like the Object 268 version 4 or any other heavy tank, it is a very bad idea to drive that close on the A line or AB's intersection. You should always drive as far back as possible. I made a little bit of a mistake because I was kind of just autopiloting, which is something which happens to when you're already doing something countless times again. I did try to get a shot on the T100 or EPR. I did got spotted for that, and now I immediately had to run because people which are on this position were able to shoot at me. Now, whatever, we luckily didn't got shot at by artillery nor by anything else, so now we decide to just push into the city and see what we can do, because at the moment when we just look at our setup, it is key for us to have a presence in the city when we have only 2 people in the valley, the Super Conqueror and the ML2. And now we already arrived at the bush right here, and here I just want to say, if you use this bush, knock this tree over. So why exactly do you need to knock this tree over? Now let's just look at what we have right now. It's a 50-meter rule, double bush, you already know it. Because this bush right here, it doesn't give us camouflage if we are shooting. This bush in front, however, gives us camouflage without any issue, and especially because it's opaque, meaning, well, we are behind 50 meters, so we can shoot at him without getting spotted, as you can see right here. First shot, 614 damage. I obviously pulled back to not get spotted in any kind of way, or if I would have been spotted to not get any shots. Doesn't matter, we didn't get spotted, and well, that was some free damage. And look at that. That is the Prosciutto 65 giving us his nice little track right there. So again, at the moment we are basically just golden. We have people spotting for us, being the T10 and the E5 right there, and we have luckily enough some targets which are so kind for us to drive into our field, into our section, and I have to say I can't really blame them, because what they have to do right now is hard. They have a really hard time to actually get out of here. And now we finally got spotted. It was at around 120 meters where we did got spotted with 152 millimeter of our gun. And now, luckily enough, he doesn't want to shoot at us. And now we take this one other shot, and we're already to 3.2k damage, which is insanely fast. Now I quickly want to stop the replay and show you why exactly this bush position is so strong. Now, again, usually you are driving or playing from over here, so it isn't a big deal, you know. You're always like, oh yeah, it's all handy dandy. We can try to shoot at people which, for example, are over here, etc. We can basically try to use this little nook right here to shoot through and hit them. That is the usual thing you're doing. But the issue is, as soon as somebody is waiting on this position we are right now, we are completely holding down this flank right here. Like, the enemy cannot do anything about it. They constantly get shot at, as you could see with the Prosciutto, with the 50 TP, with the 277. Even though you might say, but Rating, you are camping, blah 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 blah. Not really. We are still in a quite active position. the biggest issue, or the thing the enemy should have done, is just retreat. They cannot contest this corridor right here when I'm standing back there and shelling out 650 alpha rounds. Usually when I was playing on this side on Lakeville, I usually took this position right here. Why exactly this position for the enemy team? Well, it allows me to play hold down over here. I'm fairly safe from people which are camping on the hill. However, I can drive a little bit backwards to not get shot at. I can stay lower like this, still be able to shoot down this corridor and be safe from around over here. Obviously now it wouldn't work because the WZ already pushed around. Plus if your imaginary tank is standing here and people are pushing around like this, you can get into some trouble, which happened to me as well. However, you can obviously also use this position right here. It is obviously not the best one because people can have the high ground over you and you already know what exactly happened to Anakin. So it can work. It 100% can work, but you have to play rather aggressively from this side right here to get the church. But you cannot let yourself get farmed by a 268 version 4 like they have been right here. Also, people which are saying that I am using an aimbot or something, that is not the case. I can send you a link to an unlisted, if you really want to, I can send you a link of the unlisted video of the VOD, which was in English. And it is basically just how this game is working, that sometimes it just looks a little bit weird when you have something like this. And in the stream, if you would see the replay, which is in German again, you will see that I have two different separate reticles overlaid with each other, with one being the normal one and the other one being a white one, the white one being the server-side reticle. Because the server-side reticle is obviously the more accurate one, and which is also here displayed, even though I disabled the thing for that, because it always overrides everything else. So yeah. The game didn't even took 3 minutes and we already had 4.5k damage. I told it to Hersh and it's like, oh yeah, that's a 10k damage round for you, I guess. Which may or may not be correct for us right here. And the best thing is, we didn't even shot a single heat round yet. Because some people, especially when you were playing Super Conqueror, you were basically forced to shoot heat rounds. Here in this tank, it is not that necessary. You need heat against certain opponents, but usually AP is still the best. You can see we spotted the Leopard 1 and we were able to give him another nice love tap into his rear while he is running away. Now you can see that the IS-3-2 is doing a very weird attacking move. I guess he just doesn't want to play anymore. He got detracked, which is super lovely for us. And it allows us to give another shot in. Now, here you will start to see me doing a major misplay. Like, this game already isn't one. Sure, we have a big advantage, but it isn't one yet. First of all, there's artillery still there. Here's the first mistake. I immediately take out the stun, even though I cannot shoot at anything. Plus, there are two other arties which can basically shoot at us. Luckily, the Stritzwagen gets spotted by us, by somebody, and we were able to shoot at him, resulting in another piece of damage. Now, the biggest mistake right here is, as soon as the EBR was dead and the T-100 is getting taken care of, I should have just pushed in. I have 1,500 hit points by my name. I am an Object 268 version 4, Stalins Boot, as you can see from the... Can I please... No, I guess I can't. Oh, there we go. Fitting for its camouflage I'm using, and now we also just got the second artillery kill, giving us the secured Pascucci medal. And now you can see the main mistake I'm doing right now is just camping and trying to get some shots in because I don't want to lose anything, which is dumb. Like, again, I should have pushed in like 30 seconds ago to close the distance, make it more realistic for my shots to hit, and obviously get some more damage. This is the second damage shot, which we sadly didn't got. Luckily enough, this shot right here burns the T-30, giving us an additional 220 damage, which is obviously always very, very good. However, now they are all running away. Again, my biggest misplay right there was to not push in time. Now, the only thing left is the T-30 and the EPR, and I was like, you know what? I want to get the Bordas medal, I think it is called, the killing 3 artillery pieces, and there's the GW Tiger. Sadly, he gets finished off by our artillery, and we sadly did not get 10k damage, nor 8k damage, nor 3 kills on artillery. However, 7.8 thousand damage is still very respectable, especially as we managed to get around 3,200 damage already 3 minutes into the game. So now let's have a look at the post-game stats to see what exactly we've done in this short amount of time. Even though we did 7,814 damage as well as almost 900 assistant damage, this was not an ace tank. There were simply not enough kills to our name. However, we did got the Pascucci medal, we did got the tank and sniper, high caliber, as well as the supporter medal. I actually don't know, Confederate medal. There we go. 7,900 damage, 971 base EXP, and we were top of the leaderboard. Obviously, we didn't do most, like, if you would all calculate together, we didn't do as much damage as our team did. But this mission, this game right here would be perfect for some TD missions, I am certain. Now, 15 shots, 15 hits, 13 penetrations, the one on the T30 and the one on 277 bounce. Sadly, we did snipe 2.6k, which is also kind of showing how stupid it still is. Even though this is supposed to be an inaccurate tank, it still manages to, well, snipe very, 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 very decently. Now, that's basically everything I'm having for you today. I hope you learned something, especially about Lakeville, because Lakeville is in my opinion, it is a unique map, but it's also kind of special. If you imagine, it's like the corridor map you could talk about. You have one corridor in the middle, you have one corridor in the valley, and you have one corridor for the heavies. However, I still kind of like how Lakeville is playing out. And again, this bush cannot be really countered except if you're really, really pushing in aggressively. So for the enemy team, basically the best bet they would have done is just to retreat, get some more defensive positions, and try something else. I hope you learned something about if somebody is camping in a bush and you know that they are in this bush, retreat and see what you can do. If you enjoy such content, let me know in the comment section below, and obviously don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because if you made it so far, I am certain that you will like the other content I'm doing on my channel. My name is RagingRaptor, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers!